Governor Mike. It's another day here, Detroit, Michigan. You already know what it is and what it do. It is I, Mr. Real Talk 101. I'm coming to touch every bit of that soul. And guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to give you a nice one. Nice one. So with that said, I am going to touch that soul today. But you know what? Before we go into that, I got me a special call that's gonna be calling in. And this is Young Bleed that's gonna be calling in. Um, let's get a track in right quick. Let me set this up right quick for you because right now I want to make sure this is right and ready. And when I get back, we got us a good topic. We're gonna have Young Bleed coming in, not coming in, but he's gonna be calling in. So let me get this set up right quick and surprise y'all with this good one. Hey, we'll be right back. We'll talk.
When it's early in the morning and you're laying next to me, as the sunlight melts into your skin and you look so sexy, I can't explain what you do to me, but don't let it end. Baby, it's on. Want it right now. You know what to do to make you give in.
Lay back, relax, I got your back. I'm giving you what you want, don't you wanna? I'm telling you what I'm gonna do to you, to give the root to you, cause I'm into you, I know what to do. I got the flow, so let it show. I'm telling you what I know, let's do this now, let's get it on. I'm having a situation, stimulation, meditation, doesn't slow, so just over on me. Ain't no cause to fight it, so come on, baby, let's get excited. Baby, just
Roll with me.
over on me.
Yeah.
Cause I got to let you know what you got to me.
When it's later in the evening and your body's calling me, when the sun goes down and the moon is out and you feel so free, I can't believe what you do to me, but just keep going on. Baby, it's on until the break of dawn. Know what to do to you, yeah.
Lay back, relax, I got your back. I'm giving you what you want, don't you wanna? I'm telling you what I'm gonna do to you, to give it to you, cause I'm into you, I know what to do. I got the flow, so let it show. I'm telling you what I know, let's do this now, let's get it on. I'm having a situation, stimulation, meditation, tell me so good. Over on me.
Over on me.
Ain't no cross to fight it, so come on, baby, let's get excited. Baby, just
Love me right now.
on me.
Yeah.
Cause I got to let you know what you're doing to me. Wake up, baby. It's time. Ooh.
If you want to
Ain't no cross to
bring
fight it,
your
so come on,
body
baby, let's get
here,
excited.
baby.
Just
Governor Mike. I'm back on this boy, feeling good. You already know what it is, man. We got this hot topic. Make somebody feel some type of way. But before we go there, man, I wanted to give y'all a little special one right quick, man. I'm gonna make this call right quick. So let's go ahead and turn that boy down because this guy right here that I'm calling, he got something special and he's giving me this time while he's on that tour. I'm gonna wait a minute.
Yo.
What's good, Young Bleed?
Yeah, man, trying to make this shit work. I tried that shit 50 million times. I couldn't get nothing, man.
That's what's up, man. I understand, man. It's always good that we got this phone, man. But if you got that Google Hangout on your phone, so but now I got you on the phone because I know you out there busy, making it happen, man. So I'm so happy that you did give me this opportunity and the time to talk to you. Let my listeners know what you got going on and what made you say, let me go ahead and grab the mic with Mr. Real Talk 101 Event Radio.
Okay, you say you needed something to do that, you ready already?
Oh yeah, I got that ready, boy.
Okay, yeah, man, I'm actually on this Let Us All Get Down tour, one of the singers off my latest album, Living, man, that I put y'all on last time I was out there. So I'm out here still working the record, finishing up my new record to date, like March 2018, called What a Life, man. So, rebranding my label, a whole lot of stuff like that between digital distribution, back to the physical copies, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I got my hands full, man, full plate over here.
That's what's up, man. You always stay working, man. Always stay working. It's good to hear that, man. And I'm so happy, like I said, that you said you're going to give me this time. So I want the people to get understanding on who you are and what's your future thoughts and actually what your future goals, man. Because I know you're coming out with some bangers, man. You got about 3 or 4 of them already out.
Oh, man, I got more than that throughout history, man. I'm 21 plus years in the industry, man. I signed the priority records on the strength of Master P and No Limit records off my homie C-Loc records, man, coming out of Baton Rouge back in 97. Years, 21 years, I released Balls in My Word in January 18, 2018. It'll be, since 1998. It'll be 20 years since that album been out, but I've been in this industry 21 years. I've been writing since 1983, so that's 30 plus years of my life, man. More than half of my life I've been in this hip hop thing, man. So it's just so much, continuing legacy throughout, man. So like I say, it's it's reaching from an infinite tree when you're dealing with me. You hear me?
That's what's up, man. So what keeps you going, bro?
Just that. God alone, man. God first, man. I tell everybody I was born this way. I'm about old as hip hop, man. If hip hop 40 plus years, I'm a 70s baby. Born in 1974. God said the same. I'll be 44 years old next year. So the only life I know, and all genres of music, man, from gospel, opera, blues, all that was in the family, man. So I'm born into this, man. African, congas and bongos, man, around my family household. So I took what was in bread and took that out the house into the community, man. So I've been off the coach a long time, you hear?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Like I said, I enjoy your music, man. And I can't wait till you get back here to the city, man. I'm going to have to put a concert together and make it happen with you somehow, man. I hope you let me do that.
Man, I'm trying to get somebody to do it. I've been up there with y'all for the last 5 years, man. Since 2012, I come out to last in Detroit area, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, new kid, the whole nine, man. Shout out to my baby boy, man, Lil Pop, man. His mama, Madam Meek out there, man. So I'm in a family way, real deep in Detroit, man. So I'm waiting for them to open up some chambers for me, man. My guy, Poe Hussein, did the only shows I did over the years in Detroit. So I got yet to be in a record store and all that. I'm more in the hood out there, man. East side, west side, Detroit. Shout out to Trick, you can't miss me. You know what I mean? Free big meats, man. So I'm out there 7 mile, 8 mile all over. So holler at your dog, man. Don't be no entertainer and a stranger. Keep it real. And I do pack that steel, man. That's what's happening. You hear?
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, man. I'm gonna have to get some people on that stage with you, man. We got to get some local artists. Like I said, I believe, when you bring it, you bring it. So I need you to be there. So we're gonna make that happen somehow.
Okay, I can't wait, man. Actually, shout out to my guy, Silly Boy, and them boys up there in Flint, Top Authority, and the Dayton family, man. So I've been going to Flint over the years. I did something earlier this year with Top Authority, man, and the Dayton family come out last year with me. So we all good friends and family finna start working on records together. So I do the whole Michigan thing, mainly Flint, Detroit, and Lansing, man. Is my stomping grounds up there, man. So anytime y'all roll out a welcome mat for me, I'm on the first thing smoking. You know what it is.
That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up. Can I get your input on my topic before I let you go? Because I know you're busy.
Yeah, I'm good for y'all for the time being. I'm just coming in from the studio for the night, man. Got some overnight work to do. I start training like in the morning, so I'm doing, 25/8. But what's the topic of discussion, man? Let's go.
The topic today is, I touch souls. You already know what I do. Why do we have so many happy niggas and lack kings?
Just what you said, that very word alone, lack. See, everybody lacks the knowledge, man. I always tell everybody this. You gotta know where you come from, to know where you at, to know where you going. See, a lot of these young guys think hip hop just started in 2000. Like I say, I'm a 70s baby, so I know about Grandmaster Caz and the turntables coming from Jamaica into the Bronx and Cool Herc and so on and so forth. So a lot of these guys want to take it and run with disrespect towards the OG, man. And that's written in the Bible, fathers against sons, sons against fathers. And that's what's taking place. All that will come to pass, and we'll get it together before it's all over with. But, man, if you don't know that history, man, you following his story. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow.
So, what I mean? Pick up these books, man, and learn where this come from to keep it. That 5 minutes of fame, anybody can get a lucky points like who that was, Buster Douglas with Mike Tyson, man. I'm trying to be out here forever, man. I'm talking legacy. So when they go back to that, they go back to the kingship of Amon Ra to Akhenaten and King Tut to Moses, if you know your history as far as this path of prophets that we on. You don't pick up that mic, know it's prophecy, man, but tell me something good or don't tell me nothing at all, yeah?
That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up, man. So can you give our young men some encouraging words, to let down that nigga, put him in the pocket and let that man out? Could you give him some encouraging words on why that's important?
Yeah, go back to D-O-G, spelled backwards, that's God, man. So before Africa history and our lineage as far as the earth, it go back to the heavens, man. So you got to respect God, life first, you know what I mean? Open your mind, heart, and soul to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, you know what I mean? And to be able to carry on, like I say, you have to fill yourself with substance, man, you know what I mean? In order to provide the world with substance. So it's that lack of integrity, that lack of knowledge, that lack of wisdom and understanding. And these guys getting these 5-minute punches and all that, and it's cool enough. I always said this: I ain't a club, nigga. I'm a thug nigga, man. I'm in the street first, you know what I mean? Off the soil. After the party is over with, you know what I mean? I share a quick story with you right quick. I just did a show a couple of weeks ago in El Dorado, Arkansas. I went to for the first time. And some girl had a birthday party that so happened to be the night I had the show. On behalf of my guy, Mr. Envy, out here, Alabama/Bossier, Louisiana, Shreveport, Ratchet City area. We went on up there, man, and had a good time. Everybody partied on up until the end. My DJ partner, DJ Certified, was packing up his equipment. So I took my last drink and went to the bathroom for the last time. As I come out, I hear 2 females saying, hey, look, he went and got a gun. So I jumped in their mix and said, well, who got the gun? Because it shouldn't be that type of chaos that fast. So as they were saying that, I heard a pop, 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 right fast. Another female run in and say he killed them. You know what I'm saying? So here today, gone tomorrow. Rest in peace to the big home. I didn't even know these people like that. But they came, party with me, spent their money with me. So it hurt my heart to see a guy, is after the security guys, ran out there, and I guess they was putting the people out the club the way I get it. And the young bouncer pushing this guy bigger than him out the door. The guy turned around 2-piece and slid him in back in front of the girl, so he ran and grabbed the gun. He was an older cat, I want to say about 44. This guy was a big youngster, about 33 years old, full grown men. But in the midst of that, he couldn't handle that man pride, you know what I mean? He was embarrassed, grabbed the gun, you know what I mean? It was outside of his physical outfit, and he murdered this man right in front of the club, shot another guy that laid down and was in shock. He survived. 5 or so days after that, that guy that shot him killed himself. Oh. You see what I'm saying? And that normally don't happen at my show, so I was real hot and irate toward that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't condone that foolishness, man. But just to give you some hot, right quick, right fast, as we speak, yeah, this all over the world, man. It's the same song, you hear me?
Wow, man. I love it. See, this is why I enjoy talking to you, bro, because not only you're a good performer, a well-off man artist to the point that you're knowledgeable to the point that you are who you are today. I appreciate the talk with you, man, every time I get out.
Same here, family. I appreciate that. It go both ways. Ain't y'all, it ain't me. You know what I mean? They go together hand in hand. Y'all the sight, all the man. We could be the best rapper, writer, performer, DJ, whatever in the corner. I was starting the game that is 90% business, 10% talent, man. You know what I'm saying? So that 90% business I respect. If it ain't for the club DJs, the radio DJs, the internet DJs, people don't know you exist, man. So you gotta respect the game in order to get respect. I just had the honor of getting on Freeway Rick on my new record, and Rick used to say, in order for us to get how we got the youngsters respect, we respected the youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the youngsters got to do the same thing. You know, you got player hating OGs, and you got player hating Lil Bossy. When I grew up, it was that look up to that OG that was pulling up in the Benz and whatever on the block that we wanted to be like. Now it's a whole nother origin. They want to overthrow the throne. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, my uncle always told me, you know, I'm Southern raised with those type of morals. When you run out of gas, man, it's over with. That's like the sun and out, you know what I mean? The grass without the sunshine. You got to come back to the source, man, or life don't exist. So, you know, get your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s in order, man, and everything else should fall in place. You hear me?
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. I love what you say, man. I enjoy, man, because I love getting educated. When you finish your project, man, I know I can get that, boy.
Yeah, I got a hot one called Wet right now, man, that I'm finna shoot out to H-Town, a few other places that featured infamous Peppy Ken, which was another, you know, OG, you know, comrade of mine. Well, as Chairman Fred, man, and rest in peace to his daddy today. The OG Fred Hampton, man, was murdered on this day in 1969 in Chicago. So I know they out in Chicago celebrating his memorial and so on and so forth. So everywhere I go, every state, city, rest in peace to Tookie Williams, which was big family of mine I didn't get to meet. I was such a baby. I've been locked up since the 70s, since I was born. But Tookie really from New Orleans and all that. So I always go back to that OG origin to what the Bloods and Crips is, what Huey P. Newton is coming out of Monroe, Louisiana before he got to California. So it was that before the Bloods and Crips and so on and so forth on into the V's and you know what I mean? The gangster disciples out there, man. So my whole thing is unity in the community, but it ain't where you from, it's how you coming. You know what I'm talking about?
Well said, my brother. Well said, man. So let the people know how they can get in contact with you to get that music, you know, to follow you on Instagram. Give them all your little info, bro.
Okay, my personal man, the website for my label, Trapdoor Entertainment. For anybody interested in any product, merch, I got a book on there. The tour date, so on and so forth. Tap in to www.trapdoorent.com. Everything else on Facebook, the Young Bleed fan page on Facebook. My government is Glenn Clifton. You can reach me there. On Twitter is at Real Young Bleed, and on Instagram is at The Real Young Bleed. All those places, Snapchat, so on and so forth. You can't miss me on social media. And I'm in the hood near you all the time. So holler at your dog. If I ain't there, I got somebody in my presence. So I'm out here. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up, man. I'm going to let you get back to work, man. And like I said, man, keep on doing what you're doing, man, because like I really enjoy what you're doing. I'm looking forward for the new.
Okay, it's called What a Life, man, so stay in tune. It's a monster. You're going to love it. I appreciate you and much love to you, Bernard. Every time, whether I'm in the city or not in the city, man, I'm trying to come on, you know what I mean, and get with you. My casa, Sue casa, so anytime, any place, big dog, you need from me, top my shoulders. I got you.
That's what's up, my brother. I appreciate you, bro.
Okay, one love, man, always.
One love, bro.
Yes,
Yeah. Young Bleed, man. If you ain't hip, man, you better get hip, man. That guy is 100, man. 100. How you think about that interview, bro?
Oh, it was cool, man. I enjoy Young Bleed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and he said some key words right there that we just ain't doing. We not respecting our elders no more, and our elders not respecting the kids. It's messy.
Where I came from, elders didn't have to respect kids. Kids had to respect elders.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I mean by that is we're not picking them up. We're not giving them reason to do anything better. We're not looking at them and saying, "Come here, young man." But we want to literally chastise them right away. We got to put ourselves in these kids' shoes. When we's trouble, there's a reason why we trouble, because we ain't getting that much needed stuff at home. So if you see us in society, we can't constantly ridicule these kids, because if society doing it and homes doing it, then this is why we got what we got right now. Sometimes we gonna have to switch the mode up. We got to change somewhere. We can't continue to remain the same, but we can continuously add the what's been old. It's just like changing your grandma's sweet potato pie. You just add a little bit of yours to it, but making sure it stays, that consistency of your grandma's. But you know what I'm saying? But sometimes we do have to literally change our ways of living. And right now, everybody want to go to literally stand like they were standing back in the day, saying, you know, hey, we don't have to do this. We must do this because as we see today, the family is not doing it. The homes are not where it's supposed to be. Back then, we didn't have to explain ourselves because we had two parents. Now we got one parent raising the home. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bigger difference, man. It's a bigger difference, man. We gotta change people. We gotta change. We gotta change our mindsets and our ways will follow. If we don't do that, we're gonna be continuously doing the same thing, and that is what brings insanity. When you refuse to change, but you would continuously do the same thing over and over again. If time can change, because now 1 minute will never be the same as the last minute. If that changed, why can't we change? That's the sad part about it. You gotta do better. We gotta do better, especially these happy niggas out here, man. I got me another call that's gonna be calling in real soon. I'm gonna set this boy up. This guy is really Crowley, man. Roy Jones Jr. manager, and Roy Jones Jr. is coming out with something new, man. And I'm gonna set this boy up right quick. And you got some Young Bleed up in there? How you do that there right quick? I know he got some new tracks, and I got his CD, and I left it at the crib. And I feel so bad about it. But we're gonna play a bunch of his stuff when I get back on air Friday. We're gonna literally give you what you need, that new stuff, man. So right now we're gonna throw some Young Bleed up there. How you do that there? One of my favorite tracks, man. I ain't gonna hold you up. Yeah, go to that YouTube and check it out. But other than that, this is how I feel about this topic, man. I say what I say because, you know, I'm seeing a lot of our kings literally messing up in life to the point that they're dying early. You know, parents burying their kids. We got families distorted due to the fact of one child actions, due to the fact of them not knowing how to live. We got to live better. We got to do better. And it's time for us to start acting better. Not even acting, but being better in our lives. Because when you act, some people, they act. They know how to act. So let's get it right. Let's get it right, man. Let's get it right. 1248. Let's get it right. 1248-429-7224. I was about to give y'all another number. Hey, that's that call-in number. 1248-429-7224, man. And we got that Young Bleed, man. One of my favorites, man. We're gonna be right back in more of this talk. You grabbing the mic. Radio.
How you do that there? Say, who that? They wanna do that. Run off the wheel and get your ass with blue black. My nigga, my nerve fresh off the curve. Jelly, China preserve. Nothing but pause of my word. And the Mossberg pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Whatever my nigga, cause young niggas still dying. Alibaba, huh? Nigga, what? Huh? Give a fuck, nigga, what? Full of that weed, landing like a poppy city. A shining and a chanting, happy nigga named Young Bleed, Carly Young. In the jungle where the murder me and mama for months and days, tripping off the blunts, we play hell of a high. And telling them why, I'ma never say die. See it in my eyes, and niggas say I fly like an eagle. And see no evil eye, and ain't no sequel. This shit I'm belling in the dope, supernatural. Wicked, y'all niggas don't give me dope. But see how they running everything on the cool, but they know I'm finna act a fool in this motherfucking niggas. Holla how you do that day? From Texas to Mechanic, nigga, we don't care. Niggas holla how you do that day? Missouri, Ohio, nigga, we don't care. I hear they holla how you do that day? DC to Nevada, nigga, we don't care. Niggas holla how you do that day? California, Virginia, nigga, we don't care. We in these streets, anything goes. My cousin in the pen hitting and I ain't getting swole. Send me a letter, say, please get your paper. Don't trust these hoes, these niggas, they'll tell you. Husband just a hat, no breaking cash. Popcorn and Chris, nigga, trying to get a rag. What about it? Nice bell in the slide. 20-inch bowls with some candy paint ride. Niggas flip change in the game cause we sold. Eyes hella red cause the nigga blowing doors. Tired of black shoes, rings tight on the Reebok. Classic E-Pad, DKY, the plastic block, close off their hands. Niggas get dealt with. Keep your enemies tight, nigga, never think quick. Go buy some niggas to the homies that are home. R.I.P. to every fucking rapper that is gone. Nigga, if you wild, scream it and shout. It ain't where you're from, every nigga get rowdy. It ain't get real, nigga go to real. Cause in the fucking ghetto, you can lose your life for $1 bill. Niggas holla how you do that day. Kentucky, Tennessee, nigga, we don't care. I hear they holla how you do that day. North Carolina, South Carolina, nigga, we don't care. Give a fuck, niggas holla how you do that day. the time. We don't care. I hear they holler, how you do that thing? Arizona, New Mexico, we don't care.
It's wicked when I kick it, wicked. You don't hear me up. When I hit the dough, just hit the flow. Time to go. Pay the cost to be the boss in this rap shit. About as wicked as it's gonna get. In the industry, I be bringing the action in this musical fashion. If you don't know, fool, you better ask them. Cause who's that only kick with, I get with them. When
Sideways, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Way your hands, I do, I put it in the air. Way your hands, I do, I put it in the air. Like you don't care. Like you don't care. I know you care. Clap it. Foot up, my foot up. Hold up, now my foot up. I'm spinning, my foot up, yeah, my foot up. I'm spinning, my foot up, put my foot down, yeah, my hands up, flex it. While my hands up, my hands up. I stand up with my hands up, then I put up my hands up. I put up my hands up, then I'm spinning all my hands up, spinning while my hands up, spinning while my hands up, spinning while my hands up, then I'm flipping on my hands up, I'm spinning while my hands up, I'm spinning while my hands up. Hold that cup like alcohol, hold that cup like alcohol, hold that cup like alcohol. Don't you drop that alcohol, never drop that alcohol, never drop that alcohol. I know you think about alcohol, I know I think about that alcohol. Man is here like rolling dice, man is here like rolling dice. 7 twice, man 7 twice. Man it feel like rolling dice, man it feel like rolling dice, man it feel like rolling dice. 7 twice. Girl, I'm trying to kick it with you. Girl, I'm trying to kick it with you. And then I'm trying to kick it with you. My feet up, I kick it with you. And then I swear I kick it with you. Girl, I wanna kick it with you. Man, I know I kick it with you. Yeah, I spin around and I kick it with you. Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Legs move it side to side, smack it in the air. Shoulders move it side to side, smack it in the air. Smack it in the air. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Love you, baby. Oh, baby.
Shanti. Chapter 2. Let's rock.
Yeah, that was Shantae, man. Welcome me, baby. You already know what we're gonna do on Grab the Mic, man. We're gonna bill it and we're gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna touch every video so doing so. Welcome back to the show. I am Mr. Real Talk 101, Detroit, Michigan. You already know what I do. I touch that soul and Donkey Kong in there. Just don't know, man. We just did an interview, wrapped it up with Young Bleed. And if you missed it, you can check out my Facebook page. And I just literally shared it, and you can check it out from there. But other than that, I want to shout out to Young Bleed, man, for keep on doing what he's doing. And don't stop, bro, because we need more artists like you making it happen. And with that said, man, we talking about them happy niggas, man. Happy niggas, and why do we have so many happy niggas and lack kings? 1248-429-7224. That's that number in. And you know what? Give me a hot second right quick. Let me shut this door because, you know, I hear a lot of other stuff in the background. So give me a hot minute. Yeah, I'm back. You know, I got to have that right noise up here because I don't want no misunderstanding of what I got to say. I don't want you to miscue anything I'm saying. And I don't want you to take it the wrong way. But if you're feeling some type of way, hey, it may be you. Maybe you need to look in the mirror and say, I need to fix this. And this is what I'm saying. Listen. We got a lot of young brothers dying. We got a lot of young brothers out here bold. We got a lot of brothers out here that's not living. I mean, literally living like they ain't got nothing to live for. That's the problem today. You leave outside and now look at your family wondering, do I want to go back home? You go outside and you just live your life so niggerish, happy niggas. And what happy niggas is, and what this is, what to me personally, I feel like this, you know, do you care enough? Do you care enough to change all of that? Because at a time, at a certain age, That nigga's supposed to be gone. There's supposed to be some king, grown man there. Someone. Because right now we got too many happy niggas that just seems to not want to grow up. And that's the problem right there. That's a major, major problem. So me personally, I feel like this. This topic today may touch many of you happy nigga souls. Well, I'm sorry for you. You just need to change your life at times. And there's nothing wrong with changing, because when you literally reevaluate your life, reevaluate who you are, it's easy to accept it and go about change. But when you're in denial on who you are as that man, that's fucked up. I'm sorry for you. You firsthand know when you lacking in life to the point that you need to fix that. You firsthand. Now, why do we want to go rob the next man in our same neighborhood that's probably struggling just as you? You'll go rob a store with a few $100s and risk being wanted. I mean, we got a lot of nigger stuff out here, and it's done by our young men. And they say, real talk, how can you fix this? Well, we can give our young men something else better to do. Not just something to do, something better to think about. Give them a better lifestyle. Because right now, we're not doing that. We're not leaving our young men nothing but the life on how to roll that life.
Well, Mr. Real Talk, do white boys rob stores?
Yeah, they niggas too. It's not just.
Okay.
A nigga is not a pigmentation of a man.
Okay.
A nigga is an ignorant individual that lacks knowledge and understanding in life. That's what a nigga is.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be black to be nigga.
Okay.
We just take it a certain way due to the fact of what we hear and this is the killing part. It was so bad when they was utilizing the women as enslaved, but they still want to use this now towards each other like it's okay. Mm-hmm. I'm lost on this concept. It's an oxymoron word when you utilize it towards your brother.
It's a learned behavior.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior to the point that I learned at a certain time that you must learn a little bit more to better your progress. A lot of people, they stop right there at nigga. And they think that's the way life is. But it don't have to be that way. It don't. You got to want better for yourself. And when you want better for yourself, which you're going to change your mind, you'll see everything as far as your ways change. Because I used to be a nigga, and this is why I could talk like this. Mm-hmm. I wasn't always Mr. Real Talk 101. They used to call me King back in the days. And King used to take your troops, your triple fat goose. He would run up in Henry Ford, Redford, Cooley, and beat your ass. And if the teacher had something to say, I would smack on her. I used to steal. I used to do some of everything. Armed robberies. I did it all. I was wanted and didn't even know. I did 3 armed robberies. It was like a spree in one night. One night.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro. Was I high? Hell yeah, I was high. Hell yeah, I was high. I promise you, I had about 6 blunts that night. I had some white duck.
Some white duck.
White duck, 101 proof.
We know what it is.
Yes, yes. And I had we had some Seagrams. We had some Hennessy, St. Ives, and I made me a salami sandwich fried with 4 pieces of cheese on it. So I remember that night.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Raw. Was it you doing it? Was it the other nigga?
Oh, he was doing it. I was doing it too.
No, I'm saying, was it the inner nigga inside of you?
Oh, it was the inner nigga inside of me. It was that nigga that I was back then.
So you done washed him out.
I watched, man, that nigga in my pocket. He could come out when I allow him to, but I don't allow him to because the man is more stronger now, more wiser. He learned from his mistakes.
Well, thumbs up to you, brother.
I appreciate you, bro, because right now I feel like this. When my father told me certain things, I did my thing. To the point it led me in jail. To the point.
Well, are you, when you say happy niggas, are you including the females too?
Well, them bitches. You know, you can't. Well, they can be niggas. They can be niggas.
So they happy bitches.
They're happy bitches too. It's a lot of happy bitches. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. And then they recognize they queen. Hey, bitch, that's my bitch over there. Are you serious? Yeah, it's getting out of hand due to the fact that ain't nobody really saying anything, not just saying anything, but
if
doing
you
something
say
different.
something, it seems like nowadays if you say something about it, it's like you the outcast. You know what I mean? It's kind of like these dudes now in hip hop. It's forget the fact that I don't have no talent.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you a gun and I can be a part of hip hop. And these guys really think that they belong because they can get on a music video with a pistol
Mm-hmm.
and a 40 and a blunt and be accepted. And I don't understand why. And it goes back to almost like you saying, happy niggas.
Mm-hmm.
These is happy niggas too,
Mm-hmm.
because clearly they don't have no talent.
Exactly.
Clearly,
The gun is distraction.
the gun is the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say, and if you had some talent, you wouldn't even need that because we'd be too busy watching your talent.
That's it. That's it.
But then guess what? You the sucker. Now you the sucker for bringing that out.
You know what?
But let me ask you a question,
Mhm.
Mr. Ross.
What's
You
the
know-
real
Real
talk?
talk.
101.
Mr. Real Talk.
You
but
said
I-
4 different names already.
Flip your mic, it's backwards.
Go ahead.
But you raw. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
It's
put it
real
this way.
talk.
Okay, let me just say
All the
this.
way around.
Go ahead.
Okay, like we're gonna say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just listening to what a Big G just said about other, nationalities. You're getting in the video with a gun
Mm-hmm.
and a blunt and smoking, and then feel like they should be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip it. Should a black person go to college, graduate, and put on a suit and tie and carry himself well? Should he be accepted in their community?
Well, it's not about
And he-
that's not being accepted in a community when they get an education and put on proper clothing. That's
I don't know. I don't understand where you're going.
Well, you just said
clearly-
but you just said because a guy smoke a blunt and
no, like plenty of people smoke
Yeah.
blunts.
no,
we
carry a
talking
gun.
about,
No, we
We're
said
talking about carrying the gun as far as the video.
You said should they be accepted?
Well, to be honest with you, not just African American men does
Do
that
that.
either. It's a lot of different nationality that does that. They think it's okay because of what they see over here. And a lot of our young brothers do this due to the fact of what they're not seeing. And that's a man at home. See, if you see this at home, you can be, I'm not going to say that because it's a lot of women that did raise these young men to be good men, but it's a percentage there to the point that these young men don't know how to handle their emotions, don't know how to handle life, to the point they make decisions as such, to the point that they look at another man.
get to the fact of an individual went to college, graduated, and wore a suit. Well, I don't understand what that has to do with being a happy nigga. It's some happy niggas that come out of college wearing a suit too.
No, so my question basically was to Big G.
Mm.
When you said they tote a gun, smoke a blunt, should they be accepted? When you say that,
I said
accepted
no.
where?
I said that they shouldn't be accepted in
Where?
hip hop,
So you say they shouldn't be accepted in hip hop?
not unless they're talented.
That's not
Okay,
talent
so
when
that-
you just holding
Okay,
the gun.
so that just broke it down for me right there.
Well,
Mhm.
Right.
Well, here's the flip side of that. Puffy wears suit and tie.
Correct.
Jay-Z will put on suit and tie.
Correct.
I never seen Kanye West in a video with a gun.
No.
I never seen Eminem toting a gun. I'm naming the biggest people in hip hop.
Mhm.
So what that tells me is that when they look at those guys who are truly gifted, they see something that they think in their minds that they can't be. See, but when they see Pookie now in a video, well, other little kids can say, "Oh, nah, I can do that."
Right. Exactly.
Because what he doing ain't much. Now that right
It's
there, I
easy
can
life.
do.
It's
let
easy.
me put it right here for
Mhm.
what he said. Okay. Now, let's go all the way back to Curtis Blow,
Mm-hmm.
the Fat Boys,
Mm-hmm.
and groups like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever show guns and carry
No.
guns?
No.
Okay, so let's go back to Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Puffy, like he said, Kanye West, Eminem. They don't carry guns, right?
Not in their video.
Let me finish. How years back do they go as an artist?
It doesn't matter.
Hold on, let me finish. How many years back do they go as an artist? About 20?
No,
No.
because you mixed a lot of artists in there. Curtis
No.
Blow goes back 40 years.
Mhm.
So what I'm saying, listen at me though. So
Okay, go
now
ahead.
you're looking at 40 years,
Mhm.
20 years.
Mhm.
Name me an artist within the last 5 years, maybe 5 years, that is even on that even in that round.
I can
Wait
tell
a
you
minute,
one.
hold up. You know what?
That's one.
It's one. Who is that?
Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick
J.
Lamar.
Cole.
J. Cole.
And then stop.
Right.
No. Drake.
I give you Drake. Yeah, I give you Drake.
Well, you said one. There's three
That's
right
three,
there.
right. I give
And
you
they are the
But listen, it's
Lil
a-
Wayne.
But one thing.
Lil Wayne don't put big guns in his video.
And one thing you got to understand. One thing you got to understand. There's there's a difference between those names that you're naming because we know them, we hear them, we see them. And those that we know, just little underground that's carrying these guns and these young men and women are seeing it, they're not making it far. That's why
At all.
they're not making it far.
Out their neighborhood.
Exactly. They neighborhood bring them,
facade.
they family bring them in. And people they know closely bring them in. But when it comes to a label or when it comes to making that money, that do not sell. That don't sell. So that's why we got so many people thinking that sell due to the fact of what not only what they presented, but the mainstream artists, what you just naming, also rap about it. They may not carry it, but they will rap about it.
Correct.
And then once they rap about it and they see these young guys doing it in their little videos, trying to make it, now they say it's okay to do
But my
so.
thing, Mr. Real Talk, is I don't even believe at this point I've come to the conclusion that they not really even trying to make it.
No, they not. They not. They just want to be known. They want to do something. And to be honest with you, if you really wanted to do something, you'll put your all in there, not half-assing it. And this is how you could tell that they really don't want to do it. They just want to say, hey, I'm known. It's just like, I get co-hosts. They don't really want to be a co-host. They just say, I'm on a show. I'm on a show. I'm on a mic. They just want to tell everybody on. No, that shit don't work.
But they ain't looking to be the next Breakfast Club.
Exactly.
But they'll sit on YouTube and watch the Breakfast Club all day long.
All day long.
When you can be better than the Breakfast
Come
Club.
on now. And it's basically like a monkey see, monkey do, but we following wrong monkeys.
Exactly.
And that's the thing about it. And see, when we don't have the proper heads in play, then this is what literally makes things happen to the point that now our young men are acting the way they act. We don't have enough men out there literally pulling our young men up. We got
but when a man steps up, I mean, just like with the show that we got coming up that we're putting on. I'm not gonna name any names, but I can tell you this, man. Most of these so-called popular Detroit rappers didn't raise a finger to promote themselves the way that less known artists did. And here's the beautiful thing about what's gonna happen in these awards. The right people are gonna win.
Oh yeah.
See, the right people are gonna win. You're not gonna win in this awards because your name ringing in your neighborhood.
That's not big enough.
It's not big enough for what we're trying to be. But I sat back and I watched the trend of, okay, this one right here is they getting a little name for themselves. But guess what? They don't promote themselves.
We better stop playing.
They don't market themselves.
You know how many artists I had on this show to the point that they entered and they say so-called entered the music awards, video awards. I only seen a few artists that literally promote themselves for the music video awards that Vent Radio is throwing. And those artists always have been consistent. And those are the ones that I also believe that's going to make it as well. But 1248-429-7224. Go ahead and give me that call if you feel like you got something to say on these happy niggas, man. And to be honest with you, it takes a village to raise these kids. So if these kids are as such, we as a village fail. We as a village stepped away due to the fact that we just don't want to step up to the plate. We know that these women are raising these kids alone. We know this. We know that our homes are not stable like it was back in the day. So we need to get back. We need to step off that pedal. We can't continuously talk about what happened back in the days when we're living in a new era and a new day to the point that mama don't pop beans and make homemade dumplings no more. She don't go to the garden and pick up them greens. She don't make sure food is ready when daddy come home from work.
But would these dudes not even appreciate it if she did?
Well, when you appreciate yourself, the next will. We have a whole lot of people just living, but not loving themselves enough. And it's evidence on what we see today.
Well, it's we living in a society, in my humble opinion, we living in a society today where to even love self can be deemed as square
Right.
or uncool
Mm-hmm.
or you are lame or you all of these things, and then you dumb yourself down
Wow.
so you can. You know what I've even seen? These dudes today, they'll say they like something because they boy like it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really like it themselves.
No.
They just say it's like, some dudes would go to the bar and try to drink with his boy,
Mm-hmm.
knowing he ain't no real drinker.
Exactly.
But just because he don't want to seem like he the eyeball out,
Mm-hmm. He drank.
he drinking until he make yourself sick.
You know what you just said, basically, and literally, it's true. Today's individuals live for another's validation.
Absolutely.
And that's sad due to the fact, and it's helped due to the fact of social media. When you bring social media into the mix of you out there doing for self, because a lot of people could sit at home and literally Photoshop or literally doctor up a pic just to feel a little bit better about themselves. But once they get off that line, you still got to sign off to your sad ass life that you never did appreciate. You're still in the same boat. So now you're more pissed off now.
I just don't. I see it every day,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to understand it,
I don't get it.
I just don't get it, man.
I don't either.
We have people that come up here and treat our network like, oh, this is nothing. But we'll go and tune in to iHeartRadio
Mhm.
or Spotify.
Mhm.
All of these things that don't give a damn about them. Ain't gonna talk about no real issues that affect their lives.
Mhm.
But they'll come up in here on our network and they want to be disrespectful. They want to talk to us in a way that they wouldn't dare talk to another dude at Clear Channel station or that station.
Mhm.
But just because they come up in here and they see some black men,
Mhm.
then they feel like, okay, I'm just gonna be an asshole.
I'm gonna give you one better. They will pay them because ain't no radio station is literally going to just say, "Here, I'll play your music."
Exactly.
You got to pay them.
Yeah.
But when you come here and dealing with African Americans that own one, you think they supposed to just give you a free one.
Yeah.
And that's not what it's supposed to do, because this station needs to pay bills as well. This stuff is not free.
Exactly.
We just didn't hook this stuff up to the point that we say, let's just go live,
Yeah.
and then give it to you all so you can promote it for free and then come on, people. Come on. And that's another sign of a happy nigga, because he will go pay somewhere else but come to his own and expect for a free handout or a discount. Come on. How are we going to get up if everybody looking for a discount from each other? We can't get up and over.
We can't survive.
We can't survive.
And then if every time I see you, I'm trying to get something from you, how you ever gonna be able to get something from me?
And how you gonna add to life?
Yeah.
If you constantly going out there hands
Well,
out.
that's how you add to life, because you today, me tomorrow.
There you go.
Me tomorrow, you today.
Teamwork.
But it's like when you try to give that concept to people,
Mhm.
not all people, but the majority of people,
Mhm.
they already got a preconceived notion in their mind that, oh, I don't need to team up with you. I need to use you.
That's it.
See, if I can use you and don't even have a reason for using you, just I want to use somebody.
Mhm.
So, and I'm gonna pick you.
Wow.
Instead of saying, hey man, well, you got this going on right here. You know how to make flyers. Well, I know how to print the flyer.
Mhm.
Why don't we team up and start us a company?
There you go.
No, but it's
hard to do that.
I'm gonna come and peep your establishment out. Then when I think you gone, I'm gonna break in and take your printer.
You know, that's what you call conditioned. We are brainwashed, we are conditioned. And when people, weak-minded individuals are conditioned and brainwashed, because that's the only way you can brainwash somebody or recondition them when their minds are weak enough to the point that they be brainwashed. And what I mean by that is that we got a lot of individuals that's content with asking and begging and living off others versus them making it happen for themselves. And I find that kind of hard because me personally, when I left my daughter's mother, I literally had to start all over. I had places to go. I could have went to my aunties. I could have went back home to my mother's. I could have went to somebody's house.
But sometimes it's, you know, in life, sometimes you need to take a step back so you can see what's up the road.
Exactly. And that's why I refuse to stay with them. Man, I promise you, I stayed out in my car. I lived in my car for 2 weeks, literally.
Man, listen,
and
you lived in your car for 2 weeks. I lived in my car for a year. And didn't nobody even know it. Because I refused. When my mother put me out of her house, I refused to go back. My mission was to show her that I can make it.
Exactly.
And I would go down to the Greyhound bus station. It's not where it sits today. It used to sit over by the Curran block. I would go in there and wash up every day. I go and take my soap and my rag, go in their bathroom, wash up, change my clothes, have my clothes in the trunk. I did that for a year, man.
Ooh, you're a good one.
And but you know what? It taught me something.
Right.
It taught me that you can prevail if you use your head.
And that is so true, because those 2 weeks alone made me say, I need better. Yeah. I couldn't do no year. I wasn't built for no year.
Well, see, you know what? A part of that year was stubbornness. It wasn't all tenacity. A lot of it was young and stubbornness to prove to my mother that before I come back and beg you to let me back in your house, I'll sleep in this car.
Right.
So if I hadn't have been being stubborn and just been thinking about survival, see, that's that ego thing that us as men have. And I wasn't a man at the time, but I thought I was. But when you become a man, you learn to start getting rid of egotistical things.
Ooh.
Because they're not real.
They're not.
And sooner or later, like I did, you're going to end up somewhere locked up. That ego is what's going to set you in the penitentiary or the graveyard.
And you said it right there on the nose, because that's the problem with a lot of our young men today. Their egos get in the way of growth.
Yeah.
Their egos get in the way of them letting go that happy nigga. Because when a lot of people say, real talk, how can you say this when that's our word? That's how we greet each other. Well, a drunk life is liquor. So if you take away that liquor, he don't know how to act. But if you take it away long enough to the point that he have no choice but to drink water, he get better. That's what we got to do with this nigga.
All the time we don't understand what's good to us ain't good
for us. Exactly. And
I mean, I can't disagree with you on the impact that word has had on our community. I mean, that can't be refuted. I mean, it's no refuting that. However, I do understand this. People use the word with different meanings, but you wouldn't have never used that word had it not been forced upon you.
Exactly.
So just the fact that word, you know, that word was forced upon you, and many people died, and the last word they heard was that.
Right. Exactly.
So,
bad nigga.
If for that reason alone,
should make you not want to use it.
Yeah. And you know, it's not like we retarded. We know that if you get upset and you've been using the word that you've been using since you've been hearing anyway, since you were 1 year old, you're gonna slip up here and there.
Right.
But if you keep working on getting that out of you. If you keep working, it's like my friend that just came home from the joint after 37 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we were teenagers, when he went to the joint, his mouth was foul as hell. But now he doesn't curse, period,
Mm-hmm.
at all. He doesn't use curse words. And I said, yeah, man, how was you up in the joint all them years, man, and you got rid of that language? And man, because I understood that it didn't mean nothing.
Changed his mind.
Yeah, he said the only reason we use those words is because we don't know
Any other words?
to put in the place of those words.
Mm-hmm. And that is true.
And that's true.
That is so true.
And as a cursor myself, I know that that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not necessary. It's not necessary that we do that. You know, it's like, it's no way at my age now that I'm going to talk in front of my children the way that I talked before I had children. I'm not going to do it.
So I appreciate that. And what I want to say right now, we got Raw Talent Radio tuned in. I want to give a shout out to them, man. Another family of mine. Thank you for tuning in, Raw Talent. We also got TJ Johnson tuning in for 7 Mile Radio. I love it when the other radio stations tune in and support each other.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm not supposed to speak on this, but I'm excited about it. After we get past the Midwest Video Awards, we are going straight into planning for the Mid by Midwest Radio Conference.
Wow.
And that conference is for online broadcasters,
Mm-hmm.
people that have their own independent shows,
Mm-hmm.
hosts, sportscasters, whatever you do in online radio. We're putting together a 3-day convention. We're looking for a hotel site where you will be able to rent your rooms and all of the functions of the convention. You know, we're gonna bring in different radio personalities, software companies. We're gonna do it big.
That's what's up.
So it's gonna be Friday, Saturday, ending on Sunday morning.
That's what's up. It's much needed because by us being broadcasters, radio personalities, you know, people tunes in. If they not tuning in to me, they tuning in to Raw Talent. If they not tuning in to Raw Talent, they tuning in to TJ Johnson on 7 Mile.
But see, that's the thing. Even with what we're doing now, putting together our own broadcast networks, they are trying to keep us separated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you know, I have to tell people all the time, that's not my competition.
Mm-hmm.
My competition is iHeart. That's who I want to surpass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be in competition with 7 Mile.
Right.
I'm not trying to be in a competition with Core.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all trying to do the same thing.
Exactly. That's why I appreciate what I do, because when I get individuals, you know, that'll support me, other stations and everywhere, it's a beautiful thing to know that I am doing something proper. And with that said, man, I just want to literally thank these cats for tuning in, because Raw Talent, I know they got shows going on, and he tuned in right now, and I appreciate that. TJ Johnson, she stayed busy, and I'm so happy that she's tuned in. But other than that, man, these happy niggas, man, and they say real talk. How can you talk about your brothers like that? A nigga is not my brother. A king is my brother, and I recognize my brother as my brother. I don't have ignorant individuals that lack knowledge and understanding in life in my space. I don't do those things. Why? Because I once literally hung around them to the point that I had nigga results. Can't no nigga come out with king results or man results. It's just gonna come out nigga results. Every single time. Every time you think of doing something proper in your life and you're a happy nigga, it's gonna always backfire on you. I'm just being honest.
Boy, that term happy nigga.
I'm just being, I mean, they are happy. How can you wake up every single day in your life knowing that you just not going to produce shit? That you're not going to do nothing better in your life to better your life? You wake up every damn morning to create problems for other people, to the point that you think of a master plan or something just to ring a doorbell with your gun out 1:30 in the morning, just ringing the doorbell at some strange woman's house.
It's sad, man.
It's
I mean,
sad.
it's sad. I mean, and you know, it's like with the technology that young people have today at their fingertips,
Oh my God.
and the stuff that they do and talk about online, it's like, do these people have anything going on in their lives?
Nah, nothing. They don't want nothing due to the fact of they condition to not do nothing. A lot of our individuals, I hate to say it, literally waiting on somebody else to give them the way. Literally waiting on somebody else to say, here you go.
The only thing that I can say that I see online from people, and in my opinion, it's too much, because I mean, it's just like in the black community now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a church and a liquor store on every corner.
Every corner.
And now even social media, I mean, it's just being dominated with people trying to preach to you.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that preaching is bad or good. I'm not saying either one. What I'm saying is are you helping the people? See, are you helping the people? Or are you trying to live out a fantasy because you always wanted to be a preacher and you may not have a brick and mortar church? So now you go live on Facebook and you try to get a few viewers to hear you preach. Well, guess what? Every other post you see, somebody's preaching. So how do we know which one of y'all to tune in to?
Well, that's a good question. And how you do this is just to pay attention to their words. Most people will just spit some bullshit out, just to spit it out. And when you literally listen to them for a minute, shit ain't adding up. Be like, what? Did he just say that?
But if you see a guy on there talking about economics and how to empower yourself to work for self and to own something of your own, that guy might have 3 viewers.
Exactly.
But the guy who screaming and hollering it and you can't even understand what he's saying.
Right. And smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
He got 45K.
Yeah. Or you see 2 females ripping each other's clothes off, beating each other to death. Y'all share that all over the place.
All over the place.
But if Mr. Real Talk, if you put a post out there saying tonight's topic is going to be how to love somebody, they ain't going to share it one time.
Ain't nobody going to share it.
Ain't going to share it one time.
And no, but you know, one thing about me is what I do right now is for my tomorrow. See, people if you know who I am, you already know I'm planning on running for state rep in another 4 years. And so when I do the things that I do right now, I don't want you to vote for me just because you know me. I don't want you to vote for me because you see my name. I want you to vote for me due to the fact of what you've seen before I decided to run. And this is why I do what I do, because people are going to know exactly who I am when I come forward. You're going to get that real deal. And this is not no campaign, right now.
No, it's about future goals.
Exactly.
It's about future goals. I mean, my future goal is to have the radio all over the country.
Got that calling? Caller, state your name, where you from. Just grab the mic. Real Talk 101. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller, state your name, where you from. Just grab the mic. Real Talk 101 and turn your music down. We can hear that echo.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
What's up with you, man? My name is Sean Real Carter, aka Rambo Savage.
What's good, my brother Sean? I'm glad that you called in, my brother. Let them know where you from, bro.
Yeah, I'm coming out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
That's what's up, my brother. What you got? I know you got something good to say on this topic, my brother, because I know when I do share anything or when I do post anything, and this is why I ask for your opinion, he always literally on it, liking it and making some comment, and that's what I like. So I know you got something good to say on this topic, and I'm going to let you go ahead and have it, bro. How and why do we have so many happy niggas and lack kings? Why is that?
The happy part comes with, you know, people being comfortable with uh, the norm for us with music, television. You know, they feeding all this negative information. They feeding off this negative information that's being pushed, especially to our society.
Mm.
And they happy with that. You know, if my history serves me correctly, for it's Juneteenth and the science that's behind that. You know, when the slaves found out that they was free, they chose to stay in that circumstance because they didn't know
What to do?
anything outside of the plantation. And that mentality is pretty much what's fueling this happy nigga.
Wow. Wow. And you hit it right on the nose, my brother. And I'm so happy that you shared that history because a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of people don't know about Juneteenth. So, and that's when we really was free. So please tell us a little bit more, bro, because like I said, I love to get educated and I love to hear my brothers spread that knowledge. So what can we do literally to change this process, man? Because right now we got a lot of our brothers living this to the point that we utilizing it, and we utilizing it in the oxymoron way. You want to say, hey, what's up? That's my nigga over there. That's my real nigga. But when you're pissed off at him, he's like, that bitch ass nigga. I hate that nigga. How can that be?
Well, you know, like I say, man, some people just comfortable with that attitude. And, you know, each individual has to do their personal growing up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different ways you can look at being a king, but the individual have to see what type of king fit them. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And be educated on it for them to know that they really are a king, whether it's a job, whether it's family. You know what I'm saying? You have to be educated. You know, for if you start your own business, I have to be knowledgeable on that to be able to see myself as a king and move forward with you know the vision of having my own. You know what I mean?
You know, it's that's very interesting. But you know, it seems like today that a lot of these young men actually enjoy not being who they could be. It's
Right.
like they'll look in the mirror and they know that they live in foul. They know that they are pretty much living a facade. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you remember when you were in middle school and you knew this one dude and he wouldn't even come off the porch in the summertime to play with the rest of the kids.
Right.
But then you go back and you see him years later, and now he this bad, tough dude that all these new people think he tough, but you know he's soft.
Right.
But now because he around these other dudes who pretending to be hard, now he's just this tough dude now. And it seems like all these dudes are feeding into that lifestyle now.
Mm.
Everybody got to be the tough guy.
How you feeling about that, bro?
Well, I mean, you know, for social media, you know, you pretty much can paint any picture that you want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, you got and it comes with the pros and the cons. And what I mean by that is we got a lot of con artists in with the professionals. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know, I see people that's really hiding behind different characters instead of being themselves.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, I come from a hard background. You know what I'm saying? But in my case, I've learned how to practice turning a negative into a positive.
Wow. I like that, bro, because that is so true. when you get an understanding on who you are, any negative that comes into your life, you can make it into something good once you get over it, once you stop marinate on it, once you stop putting yourself down due to the fact of it. A lot of people, we so hard on ourselves than the next person is. When we tend to go through something in life to the point that it lacks growth, we will not grow. That's putting more hardship on you now.
But you know, you got a lot of individuals now, man, that are afraid of growth. Only because it's easier for them to look down than it is for them to look up.
Yep.
And it's a LL Cool J went from making records to making movies to being in sitcoms. These dudes now, man, don't think, rather than to give a person a props for coming out of the ghetto and building their brand and going on to be successful, they will shun him and say that somebody like Chief Keef is doper than him. But Chief Keef ain't known outside of Chicago.
Exactly.
And that's when I started to write. I said, oh, I see why these dudes do that, because that looks to them like something they can achieve. But you never hear these young dudes saying they want to be the next Jay-Z. You never hear these young dudes saying they want to be the next Sean Puffy Combs. You never see them saying they want to be the next Russell Simmons.
Well, the reason why we don't see that no more, because like my man said, it's kind of hard to be you. A lot of people hate who they are. A lot of people just can't grow into who they are. A lot of people mindsets are conditioned from growth to the point that they was raised wrong, to the point that they was not stable enough to grow strong enough. It's just like setting your seed into cement versus soil. Because if you set your seed in the cement, it's going to become a weed versus that flower. And if that structure of that weed is weak, somebody's going to pull it up and toss it away. But once that structure of that seed in the soil is proper, it's going to continuously grow each season.
I'm gonna tell
over and over again.
I'm gonna tell you something else I noticed just the other night. Dougie Fresh was at Motor City Casino. Okay. Dougie Fresh is the last of a dying breed.
Yep.
I have not heard anybody say, you know what? I'm gonna be the next Dougie Fresh. Ain't nobody else that can beatbox. I'm gonna go off into that, and then when Dougie fall off, I'm gonna take that platform. Because when they see greatness, that's too much work.
It's too much work.
That's too much like work.
They don't want to work.
They don't want to work, man. They don't want to work towards it,
man.
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you something. Now it's people need to start focusing on being trendsetters.
Absolutely.
I'm using that for example because the music that they putting out right now, everything sounding like. You know, back in the day, they would call that biking.
Man, listen.
That would be.
I turned down
against the law.
Out of every 100 songs that come into this radio station, I can tell you without a doubt, 75 of them, I just tell them flat out, I won't play this.
Right.
And speaking of
75%, maybe more is followers. You don't have too many people that want to be leaders.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And want to surround themselves with the type of people that's leaders. Same with you say kings.
That is
true.
true.
If I want to know how to be a king, I got to hang around people with that king mind.
Wow. That's
if I want more money in my pocket, then I have to hang around people that's gonna show me how to get more money.
Or at least get more money than me.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
There's an old saying, they say if you teach a man how to fish,
you eat for life.
They gonna eat for life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, and speaking of artists, speaking of artists, man, I know y'all got some new fire for me down there.
Yeah.
You said yeah, but I ain't got it yet, man. I've been waiting on you and TikTok and all of y'all, man, because I will never stop supporting you all and never will. It don't matter what station I'm on, core, wherever I go, I'm going to support you all. I need that new music because y'all got some fire down there, and I really, I'm a fan. I'm literally a fan of y'all, and this is why I also asked you to,
but see,
bring it down here.
See, you see what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
You said, not only do I support y'all, I'm a fan too as well.
Exactly.
Man, do you know you would almost have to choke one of these dudes to get them to say that to another man?
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's real talk.
That's just me. That's real talk.
No, but here's my point. Real talk. They really do be a fan.
Oh, I know.
But they got too much. They think that it's soft to tell another man, "Hey, man, your music dope," and I'm a fan. Man. They think that's so. But guess what? They'll go pay $300 to see Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And don't know him from Adam.
Nothing for Adam.
And that's the crazy part to me, man. You can be a fan of who mainstream America made a star, but you don't want to be a part of helping somebody to become a star.
All day long.
Because guess what? One of these independent brothers might come back and say, "Hey, man, you know what? You've been riding with me since day one. When I come into your city, you gonna get the after party.
That's what's up.
You gonna get the venue and book us." See, that's how Mr. Gordy and Mr. Bell built Stax Records and Motown Records. Because when they went to each other's market, they made sure that everybody ate. But these dudes don't get that, man. They want to go into somebody's market and be disrespectful. Don't invite nobody from that city onto the show. See, it's ways that we could do this thing to make this independent thing work. It can be done.
It can be
done.
It
has been done already before.
Oh, yeah.
But if I'm going to come in your house and try to sleep with your woman when you turn your head, well, that's the same thing as coming into your city to try to build my brand and not recognize you and say, "Hey, man, let's show you some respect."
And it's hard. It's hard for these young men to do that due to the fact of how they growing up and what they seeing. They not seeing kings. They not seeing literally men. They're seeing males get over males to get up.
Well, you know something else that struck me the other day? I've never seen an era in music where people actually glorified using drugs.
Man, you know
I don't know of any other era of music that done that.
That's my show for Friday, so let's not go there. I'm talking about them happy ass pookies too.
But I mean, remember how a crackhead used to get treated in the neighborhood? Like he was less than dirt.
Now they rapping about being a happy crackhead.
Yeah.
They literally rapping about it. And this is why I respect the man on this phone right now, due to the fact that they bring a lot more different. They whole element is different. And this is why I'm a fan of them. And this is why I tell them any station that I'm on, I want them to send me their music. I want them to bring me anything new. And I want to support them because they deserve to be heard.
Listen, man, there are some rich DJs that made a living from breaking records. Now you can't even get with a jock that can actually break your record. You know why? Because he has no credibility as a jock anymore. Because he don't want to play what's hot.
Right.
He want to play his boy stuff.
That's it.
Even if it's garbage. Now I want my job and my commitment to my station that I'm building is to try to find something that's hot.
And they got that hot. Them boys down there, they hot down there. I promise you, especially TikToker. Man, when you talk to TikToker, tell her I'm kind of mad. I'm touched. I'm all in my feelings a little bit. And that's only going to be until the end of the show because I've been asking her to call in because that is one young lady that is fire. I mean, fire. And make sure you relay that message, bro. And the next time you call in, I want to interview you as well. And I want you to send me your music as well, man, so we can make this happen. Because like I said, y'all fire, man. And don't stop sending me that music due to the fact of the station that I'm on. Like I said, this panel here is just as bigger and is just as better than the last one because you already know how I do. I move up, I don't go down.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Oh, no problem, bro. You already know what I do, man. You already know how it is, man. It's much love from Detroit all the way down in North Carolina.
That's right.
All day
Straight
long.
phone.
You already know, bro. You already know. So with that said, man, you want to let the listeners know how they can reach you, how they can get your music and all that good stuff?
Well, you know, I'm just really keeping it simple right now. You can catch me on YouTube, catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Sean the Real Carter on Instagram, Rambo Savage 34. You know, we're just networking, you know, to creating that web.
That's what's up.
Success, you know.
You already know, bro. And now that you got my information, you got my show times, and on Fridays I air from 8 to 10. Don't be a stranger, bro, man. Like I said, send me that music. Send me that music so I can go ahead and bump that boy. You already know I will.
Yeah, we link up and set and we can set that up.
All right, bro, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do, man. Stay up, man. I appreciate the words of wisdom, man. And wait, before you go, I know I got a lot of young men tuned in as well. What can you say to these young men to help them better themselves and literally let go of this being this happy nigga?
Well, you really have to get the positive at the negative that's being pumped through society, through radio, TV, and you really have to dig deep and find things to help you love yourself.
I like that. I like that, bro, man. Man, you stay blessed, man, and keep on doing what you do, man. Don't let nothing distract you.
Appreciate that, bro. You too, man.
Always, bro.
One love.
One love. Sean, man, I like that, man. Sean the Carter, man. Y'all make sure y'all get in contact with my man. Make sure you Google him, get that information, go to YouTube and grab that information. Hey, man, and this is what we do here, man. I'm not bringing these topics up just to talk about them. I'm bringing these topics up so we can have some solution, so we can literally talk on things that we see in our everyday lives that's literally stopping us from growth in life. And it seems like right now it has stopped us from growth. And we need to get back to our living lives to the point that we are kings and queens here in America, not just in Africa. And a lot of people say, we was kings and queens. When we kings and queens, we just niggas. No, we're not just niggas. We are kings and queens, brothers and sisters. When we change our mind, our ways will change. When we want better, we see better. When we do in our lives, we receive better. The results is always better. But when we continuously do the same thing on a repeat, and that's continuously accept the fact that you're just a happy nigga, you can never be a king in your life. You can never produce nothing right in your life. And this is the problem right now. You're content with nothing. We need a little bit more. We need to leave our kids with something better. We need to leave ourselves with something better. Because right now we're not leaving our kids with nothing but just a thought on how to be what you were. Just a better nigga. And that's sad. That's sad. And if you're not sure on that word, I'm going to need you all to look that word up. Because it doesn't mean a good man. It doesn't mean a productive man. It doesn't mean a man with wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It means an individual that lacks knowledge and understanding in life. That's what nigga means. Or it means an individual chains around his or her neck. Or it's a word that the African American use to acknowledge each other. Those are the only three. I don't care how you feel. You need to sprinkle the sugar on the shit just to say it's fitting for your life because it's easy to acknowledge your brother with. If it's shit, it's shit. It doesn't matter if you put it wherever. It doesn't matter if you spray on it, put roses on it. It's still shit. And a word can never be meaning to anything else because of how you feel it is supposed to be, but it is just the word that is defined as it should be. And I just say we need to toss that. We need to toss it. We need to change our mindset. And if you feel that is hard, then you yourself need some motherfucking help. And I say this with some sincere, because right now, if you're not willing to reevaluate your life to better yourself as a man, but you over an age of 45 or 50 and you still talking about you a real nigga, you need your ass beat until you become a man. That's the way I see it. Because it's just like when you're a teenager, you become an adult to the point that you feeling some type of way about yourself. You want to smell yourself. I understand that. I always tell people you got 10 years to smell yourself. And that 10 years supposed to come literally when you're 20. Nope, I'll say 18 to 28. That's when your 10 years literally supposed to be living it up. Fuck your life up. Because every trial and tribulations that you go through, you're supposed to grow from. And I can say this due to the fact that I fucked up some lives, but not, I fucked up my life for so many years, but not 10, because it didn't take me that long. But I realized without those fuck ups in my past, I wouldn't be the man that I am right now. So I don't literally knock what I've been through. I embrace it, because what I've been through, I learned from it to the point that it made me a better man. And that's what we need to understand. What we go through in life is just for you and you only. It's a higher power up there. Some things will happen in your life to the point it's going to make you get on your knees and pray. If you don't do it, things can happen in your life that's going to force you to do it. And it's going to make you say something different. You may not see it. Why? Because you're blind and you're content with what you've been seeing. And you don't have to be that way. It's not always cut to be that way. And I just want to let you all know change is good. Being better for self is a beautiful thing. Loving yourself is much needed, and actually it's respected when you love yourself enough to know how to place yourself. And if you easily broken, weak-minded, you may have a challenge in doing so, in accepting the fact that you don't have to be a nigga, that you can love yourself a little bit more. We all know what we need in life. And in order for you to gain it, you got to get it. You're the captain of your life. The people around you, surround you, that you allow in your space is your crew. And if your crew is dumbfounded, how do you think your ship will sail? It won't. How you feeling about that, man?
Hey, it's only, I mean, you can't even really have a feeling about what you're saying. I mean, you're absolutely correct. I mean, there's not many shows that you do where you and I are going to see just straight eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
But on an issue like this, I think that it's whether, I don't care what era you come from, to address each other in a way that is condescending and hurtful. And I understand that you may feel, well, this is how me and my boys speak to each other. Well, but that don't make it proper. That just means that that's the way that y'all speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone is trying to give you some knowledge, and tell you, hey, this really ain't about you and your boys. This is about us as a people. And if we can't move you and your boys along, how can we move the people along?
We can't.
Because it truly does take a village. It truly does. That's it. I mean, there's no greater truth in the world. And we have to figure out a way to do better. It's just really that simple. And I know that it's not easy, because I understand that some of us grew up with our own parents saying, nigga, go come here, I need you to go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you remember the movie with the boy who grew up in the foster home.
And they called him nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that movie.
And it took that boy hell to rise above that.
Mm-hmm.
But we as black people don't know. We can really, a lot of the things that have been hurtful to us, we're guessing about them. We don't really know them. We're guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Some things we know factual happened to us and scarred us in such a way. But it's deeper than we even know. Because when you take your terrible baggage and hand it to your son or hand it to your daughter. You need to stop and look at yourself and say, you know what? I might be messed up, but that doesn't give me the right to mess up my child's way of thinking.
So true. So true. And I'm happy that you said that because I literally got into it with a coworker. She was literally trying to express herself about her bad kids that she said she had. They bad and spoiled. But as I hear her talk about it, that little nigga, that nigga this, that nigga that little nigga went in and got the cookies. Like, dang, wait a minute. Yeah, you already know how I feel about that. You think I held my tongue? No, I didn't. I was like, so your son, this is how you acknowledge your son as nigga?
But you know what? The hurting part ain't so much that that's how she acknowledges him. The hurting part about it is that she doesn't realize she's doing it without even realizing what she's doing. She doesn't even realize it.
To the point that she shared with other people and talk to us like that, to the point that she feel like somebody's going to say, oh, wow.
But in our community, that's actually a conversation piece. The fact that our children don't act appropriately.
That is true.
That's a conversation piece for us.
Right.
Girl, that damn, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with that boy. He's so damn bad and so spoiled.
Do people not understand that our kids are a replica of us?
Well, but look at this, Mr. Real Talk. We always talking about our kids are spoiled as if that's a good thing.
No.
I can't. I spoiled my kids. I have
got Jordans, got this.
Well, wait a minute. But they use the term "I spoiled my kids" as a badge of honor for them.
No.
Well, who told you that a child should be spoiled?
Right.
Where did you get that from?
Exactly.
Well, you got it from your mother, and her mother got it from her mother.
Now look at you as a parent.
So now you got 3 or 4 generations that have spoiled children. Okay, that spoiled child is going to go out into the world. You're going to die off. And then that spoiled child is going to go out expecting the rest of the world to spoil him too. And that's when he's going to get a wake-up call.
And I hate when people utilize that word spoil or utilize
what is that? I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Spoil means not good.
That's what it means.
That's exactly what it means.
At the end of the day, that's what it means.
Not good.
But see, we've been oppressed for so many years in this country that anytime that we give our children something that our neighbor can't give their kids, we think that puts us on another level. And it really doesn't. It just means that you today, me tomorrow. Because that same kid who couldn't get it when you gave your kid a certain gift, you may see that kid 15 years down the road, and that kid is the owner of the business that your kid is going into to shop.
Exactly. Or to put in the application.
But because you so unquote unquote spoiled your kid and he don't know how to damn act, that same guy who's now the store owner that he wants to work for is gonna say, "Oh no, I already seen your behavior.
Right.
I don't want you in my business.
Exactly.
I've seen how you conduct yourself."
And it happens.
Oh, it absolutely happens.
I tell my daughter this every day. I tell her the same thing every day because my father told me this. And it does work because the job that I have now, a fellow classmate helped me get in. And I got in with ease, real good, no problems at all. Due to the fact that my classmate, being smart, was very intelligent from what I saw, and I hung with them. Literally good friends with this person. And I tell my daughter this, the individuals that you hang with today is literally going to be the results of your tomorrow. Because you never know. It's about who you know that's going to get to where you need to be. Because you can make friends right now. You can be friends to the next president, chief of police, someone special, and you don't even know it.
Well, you know, even if you take Barack Obama, Well, Barack Obama's been called everything but the child of God. Not just while his time in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't good enough for white folks, and he wasn't good enough for black folks.
Yep.
But this man is so poised as a man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone. Well, no, I do know. I've never seen a man with as much poise and patience as this dude had,
Mm-hmm.
and kept his held up high all the time that he was taking this abuse from people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
White folks and black folks.
Mm-hmm.
But this man found through his discipline, he found a way to achieve his goals regardless.
That is so true.
So if nothing else, at least Barack Obama, I'm not talking about what he did for black folks financially or what he didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about he gave you a picture to look at and for your sons to look at to say, that's what a man looks like.
All day long.
We've never had that, man. Now, no, we've had some sports heroes, and we've had some we have a few leaders that some people may look to, but this dude was steadfast across the board.
Mm-hmm.
This dude didn't get caught up in no scandals. This dude didn't speak poorly to people. He didn't talk down to people. He didn't talk above people.
Mm-hmm.
So we for the first time in our lives, whether people want to admit it or not, we got a bird's eye view of what real strength looks like.
Exactly. And then follow up what no strength look like.
Exactly. And that's what we're looking at now.
Exactly.
And that's why he looks as terrible as he does.
Because he has no poise. He can't keep their head up due to the fact that it's a lot of stuff going on around him to the point that he can't match what we just had.
Yeah. And for those of you happy niggas that think money is the answer to all,
no.
Well, guess what? Your president right now got plenty money,
and
he a damn fool.
A fool.
I don't know how much money he has, but he's financially secure.
Yeah, and if money define you versus then you, that's a problem.
But see, again, that is a problem for us because when you are used to somebody throwing you some slop to eat and you thankful to get it, then that too is transferred through your ancestors. It's just like the crabs in the barrel theory. Well, you don't wake up with that concept. You see your mother or your father or your cousin or somebody
accepting it,
and they teach you how to do it.
Exactly. And this is why we got happy niggas today at a high percentage due to the fact of what they seeing at home. We got a lot of women loving these real niggas to the point that you bring them home to your kids and you let these real niggas bring you down to the point that you're upset and angry all the time, to the point that you got to get rid of that nigga to bring another real nigga in that you want to keep or want to seek.
But these women, a lot of these women, that's what they want. They want a real nigga.
A real nigga. Versus they don't want to be seen by a man. Because me personally, I always told the woman, you ain't supposed to seek no man, because a lot of women seek men for personal reasons versus than to love. See, when you love yourself enough, that man going to see you and love you more. There's a difference. We are supposed to be the seeker. Women are supposed to do nothing but love themselves enough to be seen by a man that want to love her just as much.
But when you have gone through a history of always trying to be accepted, it is hard to shed the devastation that puts on one's humanity. See, when you the only attention that you ever got was when you were shaking your ass. That's the only time somebody applauded you and said you did a great job.
That's what you think is good.
That's what you think is good, and that's what you'll do to get the attention. So we have a lot of problems in our community. We do.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them are due to the conditions that we have been brought up into. And there's nobody to say, that's wrong. That's not the way you do it. Let me show you this way right here. See, and now it's becoming a problem because as we age as men, we start to see the foolishness in what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you said, well, in your 20s and my 20s, guess what? I was a savage.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other word I can use.
Mm-hmm.
I was straight up a savage. I wanted what I wanted any way I could get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was willing to do whatever I had to do to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But as you grow older and you go through some things, you start
change.
Yeah, your mind changes, your spirit changes.
Mm-hmm.
You become a parent.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody who is looking at you daily and looking at you with eyes that are saying to you, I want you to be who I need you to be for my future.
Mm.
Then you kind of forced to do better. And in a lot of cases, we do somewhat better, but we don't get to that plateau where we really need to be because guess what? We still want to hold on to a little bit of that real nigga.
That real nigga, exactly. And not only that, you're impatient.
Yeah.
They think because you say, okay, I don't want to be a nigga, they're supposed to change that hour.
Yeah.
No, it
No,
don't
work that way.
It don't work that
No.
way. That take progress and work due to the fact that you was conditioned.
Yeah.
And by you being conditioned, there's going to be a whole lot of things that you're going to have to take away from your life and literally look at your life and say what's needed. It's
Yeah.
just like cleaning out your house to the point that you find shit all in your couch.
Well, it's like when you move from one residence to another.
Yeah.
It's gonna be months and months before you set that new house up to where
Mhm.
you're comfortable in it.
Because you got to see what's needed and what's not needed.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you pack to the point that you don't want that old shit like that.
But see, we can't fool ourselves, people. We got some problems in our backyard, absolutely we do.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something. Don't you think for 1 minute that them other people ain't got some problems in their backyard too?
Oh, yeah, they got more problems.
The only difference is that they don't treat each other as bad as we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it doesn't show up as much.
Truth.
They got some problems going on. You got a lot, like, a lot of us are always talking about, I want to be rich. I want to be rich. Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's some folks out here that got plenty money and their kids are strung out on heroin.
Yep.
And they would love to have your kid who ain't strung out on heroin.
Mm-hmm.
So we all got a tale of woe. It's enough tale of woe to go around for everybody. But I agree with Mr. Real Talk tonight because at first I couldn't, I'm like, happy nigga, what is that? But when you really stop to think about it, 99.9% of us are happy niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't know if that's because we enjoy being a happy nigga or we just don't know how to be a black person.
Wow.
But we got to figure that out.
We do have to figure it out. And that's why we have these shows. That's why I bring up conversations that everybody else is scared to talk about. If we talk about this a little bit more, if we have solutions for this, then we can see change. People are scared to touch this due to the fact that they feel like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about that because of what we grew up
Why
with.
not?
Right.
Why shouldn't we talk about it?
Exactly.
Rush Limbaugh talk about what the hell he want to talk about,
Mhm.
and he on mainstream radio.
Man, you gotta stop playing. Why this is not just what
By the way, he's also a dope fiend.
all day long. And this conversation, and not just this one, with many others, when I say I touch souls, is due to the fact of these conversations literally is in general to the point it's fitting for everyone. Because when I talk, trust me, I'm feeling myself to the point that I say, wait a minute, okay, I'm helping myself all at the same time. So
It's therapeutic.
it's therapeutic. So if we don't talk about the right things, how can we get healed? How can we do right? But we always talking about the wrong shit that makes us continuously do wrong shit.
Well, but here's the thing: there can be knowledge discussing wrong things,
Mm-hmm.
because the only way to right or wrong is to discuss it.
Exactly.
So, you know, when you first told me the topic tonight, you know, I chuckled at it because I mean, it sounds funny, but it's real.
It's real.
It's real. I mean, happy niggas.
Happy niggas.
And we don't mean black folks, y'all.
Not just black folks.
We mean happy niggas.
Happy niggas, because a lot of people feel like a nigga is just for blacks. No, it's not.
See, but people need to understand something. You know, a young lady made a post today on Facebook that said, why do we keep living in the past? Why do we keep talking about what happened in slavery? Well, ma'am, I'm going to tell you why we do it. Because we still hurt from it. We're still sick. And nobody has sent us to the doctor to get well. Well,
I could say this on that one as well. We haven't went to the next level due to the fact of a whole lot of us, a high percentage of us still slaved in mind.
Absolutely.
To the point that they feel they can't better themselves due to the fact that they thinking somebody's going to stop them.
Absolutely. But see, here's the thing. When you are a black person and you don't respect the fact that, see, my thing is this. If you want to talk about slavery, that's fine, because you can learn from that. And you should never forget what we went through. The Jews will never forget what the Holocaust did to their race. And we should never forget what slavery did to our race. But here's the thing. When people who lived in that time endured the things that they endured and still tried to make a better way, how in the hell can you not?
Wow. I think Glenn been touched by real talk and grab the mic.
How can you not?
You talking some real shit right now, man. This is my show. You can't be doing that.
Okay, well.
Go ahead, bro, because that's some real talk.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at these movies, these TV made for movies, and you look at the way that our people were done. Okay, but guess what? The moral in most of those stories are these people still find a way to sing. These people still, after being worked and beat, would go out of their cabins and congregate with one another and say that it's going to be all right. We going to get there. We going to run off tonight. If we make it to the north. They always had a goal.
You know what? I'm happy you said it, because I had a discussion with a few individuals with Congress. I'm not going to say no names, but it was brought up to the attention. Do you think we would have been better off still slaves? And the reason why that is brought up, because slaves stuck together. They made sure they got over, like you said, we will get over this. And they did get over it without this technology today. They didn't have no way to enter no library to read on it. They had none of the tools that we have today to better ourselves. We got the tools in our hands, but we refuse to better ourselves.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think that slavery would have made us better, but I will say this. If we had kept fighting for equal rights rather than fighting against segregation, I think we would be better.
Yeah.
Because if you really look at it, America is still segregated to this day.
Man, you know what? I had to talk about this as well, and that is true. They will continuously separate us. They separate our homes. They just separate us as a human race. Because, like I keep telling everybody over and over again.
Well, you even separated based on your zip code.
There you go, and your social security number.
You separated based on what religion you serve.
All day long.
You separated if you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent. America is about separation.
The government itself is separated.
Absolutely.
Now, why do you think they got parties?
Exactly.
When there shouldn't be no parties.
Well, see, but here's the thing. Slavery caused people to have to lean on one another because everybody was suffering. Everybody was in bondage. See, the white boy was in bondage too.
Mm-hmm.
See, because he had to come out there and be amongst the slaves. In
Mhm.
fact, towards the end of slavery, if you want to call it that, well, they started hiring white boys to work alongside the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the term poor white trash came from. The poor white trash worked with the slaves in the field after the North defeated the South.
All day long.
See, so it's just like your jail. When you in jail, guess what? That depth that's there for those 8 hours to watch you and to lock your cell and to take you to the shower, guess what? He in jail too.
Right. Exactly.
For 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's only 24 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So he giving 8 hours of his day
to watch you.
To watch you in jail.
And jail is a new form of slavery, people.
Yes.
And I hate to tell you that if you wasn't tuned in or you don't know.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. And that's why they're trying to build a new one on Plymouth, west side of Detroit. Literally, they make it easy for us to be divided by enslaving us and making us work for nothing.
Yeah, because if the people figure out any kind of way, not just black people, if the people figure out a way to say, we're going to stop living like this, America couldn't be what it is.
No, it can't. No.
See, you got certain folks that want to live in this community and don't want other folks to live in it. That's called separation. You got other folks who can afford to live in this community and still can't. People think that poor places have to be the ghetto. Well, they don't. The ghetto is a state of mind.
All day long.
That's a state of mind.
All day.
But because we think that term makes us hard and makes us tougher than I'm tougher than you because I'm from Mac and you from Grand River. None of these streets belong to us, man.
Man,
y'all claiming these streets, y'all claiming these neighborhoods.
They don't belong to you.
They don't belong to you, man.
And how about this? I'm gonna give you one better. You're claiming neighborhoods that you're squatting on, that you don't own your home on, you're renting on. How's you really claiming that shit and why?
Because you have nothing else to claim. Because guess what? You should be claiming your father
all day long.
You should be claiming your mother. You should be claiming your little sister who you don't want to turn out the way that your friend's little sister turned out with 5 kids at 15.
Wow.
So we don't know what to claim. So the only thing we do is say, well, Tony and them claiming Mac. So I'm gonna claim Mac too. But have y'all ever stopped to think, man, that y'all don't own nothing in the neighborhood?
Nothing.
Everything. You got Arabs that leave the suburbs every day, coming to your neighborhood,
taking the money,
open their stores, take your money,
go back to the
suburbs. You never see that money again.
It's all into their home.
You go into these people's stores and you hi with them all day long. Guess what? They ain't coming over your house for Christmas dinner. And they ain't gonna invite you to theirs.
And they're not giving out turkeys.
But they in your community.
All day long.
But they in your community. But you ain't mad about that. You mad because so-and-so done opened up a dope house across the street from so-and-so's dope house, and now y'all gonna have a war and kill each other.
A dope house.
Yeah. You will fight against your rival dope dealer. But you're not gonna fight
for your community.
For your community to have you a black-owned store where this Arab is.
I'm glad that you said that, because this is why I do go to school now. For my daughter's future. Anything that I do now is for my daughter. It's not for me. Because I could be content with just a job. I don't have to be on this mic.
Right.
I choose to be on this mic to get these words out, to spread the words that's needed for life, for all of us. And also I attend school, like I said, so I can get this food truck so my daughter can have something, and also a radio station so my daughter it can have off on her own.
Yeah.
And so that she won't have to go through the trouble that I went through as a child.
I mean, I think that the the only thing that I can say on your topic, happy niggas, until you start looking at yourself as an individual of a great people. You're an individual of a great people. Everybody has tried to get rid of you. Everybody. For some reason, you don't see your greatness. But if a person has been trying to extinguish you off the face of the earth, and for some reason he can't be successful with it, and if that don't tell you there's something special about you, I guess you're just gonna always be a happy nigga.
A happy ass nigga. And you know what? We 3 minutes over the time, and I want to give you a piece on this happy niggas right quick because I'm feeling some type of way, and I'm gonna get right into it due to the fact that it's just something on the top of my head. I do not write this shit down. I go off the feelings that I'm feeling due to the fact that I feel that your real feelings is better than any type of pen or paper. So with that said, happy niggas, this is just for you. See, when you arise in the morning and you understand that you're not that king that you should be, but you recognize that you just that same nigga that you laid down last night and you woke up to be. If you understood that you could be the man that you wanted to be, but you refused to be due to the fact that you're content with being that nigga. See, I don't understand why our brothers and kings not refuse what, but they do refuse to literally remain happy niggas. At a certain age in your life, you're supposed to want better in life to the point that you do right in life, that you obtain better in life, that you can see something and a better result in your life. As a happy nigga, you can't see that. Your mind is conditioned. Your ways are not there to the fact that your heart is just not in it, and you know you ain't going no damn where. You already know that you're limited to what you can do, so you're going to resort to being just that nigga beneath any grown man's shoes. And I say any grown man, it's the one that's literally there to the point that you're supposed to be there, but you're nowhere to be found due to the fact that you're being content with being just that happy nigga. I am so sick of you happy niggas. I am so sick of the fact that you content to being that way due to the fact that you are my brother, my fellow king. We fucked up this world, okay? Due to the fact that a high percentage that left the families, that did not raise their sons, did not give their daughters something to look at, due to the fact that this is why our sons are bitches. Too many happy niggas. Hate you. So this piece is going out to all of you happy niggas due to the fact that you do not have to be that nigga too much longer. Reevaluate your life. Reconsider what's right. Go deep down into your soul and just do what's right. Remove that nigga and let that man out, and you will see another day with better light. This is for you happy niggas. And I say this with love. I need you brothers. I need you fellow kings. Because when we come together and be that strong tree, we can see better in our community, see? And reestablish, refocus, and rebrand the king. Your happy niggas are in the way. And this is why this topic was on you, okay? And I'm done with that. How you feeling about that one? Let's go. Let's get it. I'm out of here. That's real talk, man. I don't do no sugar. Check me out Friday, 8 to 10. Same time, hey, same place, but with a different topic to touch every bit of their heart. I'm out of here. That was a solo show. Good, my baby. You missed the show. You can go to Facebook. Let's go. And Facebook. I did post